Road Trip, a traveling love novella. Written by Marla Josephs. Narrated by Chloe Hampton. Chapter 1. Avery watched Morgan Andrews as she hurried into the room with that running late look about her. She wore a pinched, frustrated expression. "You're here. Good," their boss, Randy Fletcher, said as Morgan hastily took a seat. "You remember Avery Dalton?" She glanced sharply over to him before turning back to Randy. "Yes, I'm sorry I'm late," she replied before nodding in his direction quizzically. "Nice to see you again." Avery could tell she had no idea why he was here. He didn't even think she'd noticed him when she first blew in. However, now she seemed even more apprehensive. "As you know, we're doing a push on more family and couple-friendly stateside packages," Randy began. She nodded. He continued. "On this next assignment, I've decided to pair you with Avery." "Pair me?" she repeated, scrunching her face in confusion. "Yes, you two will travel together on this assignment." "I don't understand," she stated. Her brows furrowed even more, and she looked as if she simply was unable to understand the words coming out of Randy's mouth. "I'm assigning you and Avery to travel and work together on this new assignment," Randy explained patiently. "Why?" she blurted out, now looking both startled and confused. "Two reasons," Randy went on, oblivious to the note of alarm in her voice. "Avery has visited before. He also has family there who can help with which points of interest might be worth adding to a vacation package. He has a basic tour package already planned, but we need you guys to actually do the tour in order to refine it before we present it as a package deal. It's been a while since I visited and explored that area. Things have changed," Avery added helpfully, watching her growing discomfort with a mixture of amusement and sympathy. She'd clearly not been expecting this. "So, why do I need to go?" she asked. "Female perspective," Randy replied, as if that explained things. "You'll be able to find alternatives for women or couples who aren't into the outdoorsy stuff." "Where exactly am I going?" "Idaho," Randy announced. "Idaho?" Her voice was blank, and there was that face again. Avery stifled a chuckle at her completely baffled expression. "Well, you'll start there," Randy continued. "But you'll be crossing into Wyoming and Utah to go to Yellowstone and other points of interest there." "So, I'm flying to Idaho," she said slowly for clarification. She still looked as if she was certain she was missing something. "Actually, you'll be driving," Randy corrected. "Driving?" Now her voice had rose an octave or two. She slid an uncomfortable glance at Avery and then took a deep, calming breath. "Look, I know this is different than what you're used to, but you're one of my best vacation package creators and testers," Randy said, breaking into his spiel. "Thanks to all of you, we're doing quite well in the luxury market, but not all travelers are luxury travelers. We need to capture more mid-range and budget travelers. You know, young couples, families with children. It'll be great for that market, and our Explore America push." Morgan again glanced uncomfortably at Avery before turning back to Randy. "Sir, if I could have a private word with you," she whispered, though Avery could still hear her. She looked adorably flustered and embarrassed. He could tell she was trying to walk the fine line between not outright pissing off Randy, but not accepting the assignment either. Randy looked displeased. Before he had a chance to deny her request, however, Avery decided to make things easier on her. She clearly didn't want him to hear whatever she had to say, and he could understand why she'd be a bit thrown. They didn't normally work together like this. He stood. "I actually need to make a quick call, if that's okay," he announced, and headed for the door, not waiting for Randy's reply. Randy looked at him knowingly, but waved his hand dismissively. Fine. I'll be back in just a couple minutes," he said, and exited. Though he felt sorry for her, it was no coincidence that she'd been picked to be paired with him for this assignment. He'd used her work history and her reputation for putting together some of the best-selling packages as reasons he'd wanted her along for this assignment. But the truth was,
Sample complete. Ready to continue?